Ghost Rider versus Spawn. A death battle I really did not see coming, honestly. Last time I watched it, so I was thinking, oh, Ghost Rider versus Spawn. This is one I didn't think, but it's a cool matchup, and it totally makes sense because it both involve guys who came from hell and are basically, vengeance in some ways. So yeah, makes sense to me. For this one though, it's kind of surprising to see both winners come back because Spawn, we haven't seen Spawn in a death battle in 15 years, basically. Last time I remember Spawn versus Kratos was in 2010, if I remember correctly. Or was it 2011? I think it was 2011, so it was like 14 years. 14 years since then. And it's been like, 6 years since we've seen Ghost Rider in the last step battle against Lobo, which I did not predict it, but I liked it, and I kind of saw it coming with Ghost Rider winning. But, I knew Lobo wasn't that unkillable at least, so, but yeah. This one, it'd be too tough to call for me. Almost. Well, taking my prediction ahead, I think this one may go to Spawn. That's what I'm guessing from, from previous results, because he did kill Kratos, and is basically, basically God, banished God and Satan, if you follow Spawn Armageddon, but, it's been a long time since I followed that storyline. But yeah, I think Spawn's more powerful in my opinion. But Ghost Rider is no slouch, especially if you're using Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. But we'll see what feats and abilities they'll let them use or basically show off. But we'll see. Well, any case, y'all came to see me react to this, so let's get into it anyway. So, anyways, let me shut up and say reaction time. Oh, looks like a 2D art style for this one. Interesting.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's with
Okay,
my boomstick.
I forget that was his mantle, Dark Angel of Armageddon. Because like I said, it's been a while since I followed anything Spawn related.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
These
would
sprite
win
animation,
a
okay.
death battle.
Boom. Alright,
Johnny
first off,
Blaze has always
Johnny
been a
Blaze.
man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got
Well,
cancer,
Crash.
heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to
Oh,
save him,
yeah.
Johnny
Not that
turned
type of
to the
Crash.
only thing
Yet.
that could, chemotherapy.
devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of
Yep.
the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to
Yeah.
his name right after.
But instead of
die.
scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
One of the many
So
spirits of
Johnny
vengeance.
Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from hell. He called himself.
I still stand by to this day. One of two of the best roles for Nick Cage was the Spider-Man Noir role and Into the Spider-Verse, and him parodying himself in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Those are by far his best movies. Well, the one parodying himself is his best role. Well, Spider-Man Noir is like, a side role when he was just a side character.
Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Already taken.
Okay, then how about the
Ghost
Ghost Rider?
Sure, we
Sounded better.
definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing.
Oh, really? World's mysterious Western hero, the Ghost Rider. Both by Marvel Comics. Oh, yeah. I forgot Marvel had some weird publishing and name issues back then. If anyone can have more knowledge on me than this, please explain. I know Comics Explain probably explained this once, but
Years earlier. All you.
Yeah.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth's sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough
Yes.
to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy
Not
weapons
entirely.
that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body.
Not entirely
his
true,
whole
but-
arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barfed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with health.
oh yeah, let me look at his powers real quick. Damnation Stare, Demonic Magic, Hell Cycles, Hellfire, Mystic Chains, Penance Stare, I forgot. I do remember there is a difference between these two stairs. Regenerative healing, and soul manipulation, and superhuman physique, of course.
Fire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
We don't talk about that!
Whiz. Get it? And it doesn't just...
You can't have a pun. You know, it's not a death battle when Boomstick has to make a pun somewhere in this video.
Scorched flesh, Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider.
Nope.
And Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that
And if I remember correctly, Johnny wasn't the first Ghost Rider either, so...
burns your soul to smithereens with just a look. The Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are
Wow.
windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the Penance Stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because
Yep.
he didn't regret his actions, but
Nope.
it did work on him on other occasions.
Well,
What?
Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you.
Oh.
He can use the
It
stare
worked on
to read
Deadpool.
minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Okay,
Ghost
Deadpool.
Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, Penance Stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard.
They didn't mention that
which
part
is a
last
literal
time.
infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but let's not forget, World War Hulk did beat him. Well, not officially, but he did get pissed off, and we never heard of the end of that. So, I'm surprised they didn't mention that part this time, which is odd. Here's Zarathos. Yeah, the source of Ghost Rider's power, demonic physiology, nature manipulation, magical energy manipulation. Other hosts including Alejandra Jones, the Hood, his single mother, the Skrimir, Danger, Craven, and a Brood. Possibly an angel. Oh yeah, they did mention that before he was a fallen angel with vengeance. I'm surprised. Why did they mention it this time though? That's what I find odd. They didn't. I find it odd they're leaving that part out officially, unless they're gonna mention it before they finish Ghost Rider's analysis.
Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and
Really?
even bring down heaven itself.
Right
They don't really show as much as they do in Marvel Comics now, do they?
before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah,
Oh,
an
shit.
army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of
Oh.
heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait,
Of
does
course.
that make Zarathos an angel now?
Oh yeah, now I'm thinking. I had a feeling they may or may not mention it, but then thank God they mentioned it. So yeah, he is a fallen angel of vengeance, like they mentioned last time. So I'd be surprised if they left that one part out.
Words, he's still a demon.
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear.
Wait, okay, so you kind of contradict yourself from before, huh? Unless some new information came up, because I remember you did mention that when you went in Ghost Rider vs. Lobo. So is he not a fallen angel of vengeance anymore? See, this is why I say I take everything all these results with a grain of salt, because sometimes they seem to contradict themselves a lot, and now they're bringing about new information. That's why I say I take a lot of these results with a grain of salt.
What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto,
lost.
ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could
Yes.
bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably
Yeah, he's no slouch.
powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting
Not entirely true.
as his fight with Galactus rends the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the
I wouldn't go that far either. Just saying.
kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil
After
that
damnation.
ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which
Yes.
skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade
And let's see his fate safe mentioned here. Outsped Mjolnir, survived battling World War Hulk, yup. Yeah, he never really did win that fight. Used a penance stare on a whole city, that one's new to me at least. Took a missile that would have destroyed the Angel St. Michael. That one's also new to me. Fought the Avengers to a standstill. Which comic was that? Someone please let me know. Defeated Doctor Strange, Mephisto, Null the Living Darkness, and Zadkiel. Wait, when did he defeat Null? Are we talking about Null the Symbiote God? Or is this a different... No, oh yeah, no, wait. This is a different Null. Null's name is spelled with a K. Never mind. What am I saying?
to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Of course.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war
Which,
against
because
demons
we
without
always gotta
and
put the
within,
reset button on
mentoring his fellow
everything.
Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe
I was wondering if they're gonna mention that part, because that was my favorite scene from the entire Fantastic Four show in the 90s. That was my favorite scene.
one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Alright, now let's move on to
Battle
Spawn.
is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
Stop sponsoring Robin Hood. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. Move on to Spawn. Al Simmons.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting
Yes.
the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders,
Jason
Al
Wynn.
was fired.
The burning was
Which was really
only getting
fucked up.
started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he
course.
cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
But it was a lie.
You're just asking
It was
to
a
get
huge
monkey
lie.
spud.
Al Simmons
Yep.
returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later.
Yep.
After his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There,
Yep.
you
Malvolio
saw
tricked him.
Her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's
Longest running in... Oh, hold up. Let me see. Longest running independent comic book character. Yes, that is very true. I forgot how long... It's like Image Comics was indie for a while, so...
like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he
That
can
one's new
fly
to me.
so fast He literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malebolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself...
Bo, you racist piece of shit. That's funny. However, that's contradictory because the funny thing is, I remember in the Spawn, when I watched the Spawn 90s cartoon, they did show, well, animated series, they did show him turning back into his original self. So he could do that, but I guess not in the comics.
Yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair,
Yeah.
Spawn can achieve a similar...
Hello's our pettiest shit, what do you expect?
He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy.
Let's see his powers that they mentioned: body manipulation, and like they mentioned here, elemental manipulation, and energy absorption, flight. They don't really show him flying that much. Mental manipulation, necromancy, necroplasm, sin and soul manipulation, teleportation, time manipulation, and weather manipulation. Okay. Yep. So not much they mentioned before, like they mentioned like 14 years back when he fought Kratos.
Crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse, make
With
you
the pose,
experience
too.
the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah,
Uses
he's
too
got
much,
a limited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out,
He'll
dragged
go back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn
I remember that
can
from the
rely on
last
his
one.
elite military training and hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his
I remember how that comic was like. I remember saying, someone told me that like that was like one of Todd McFarlane's like worst written things he's ever written, because I forgot who it was. One of the comic book teachers saying, "Hey Todd, this is one of my favorite stories you've ever written," and they hold up the Batman vs. Spawn comic, and they were like, Someone said that Todd said, "You gotta be joking." Yeah, I forgot which one who said that, but yeah. That one was a funny crossover. I remember seeing that at the Dollar Tree once. I probably should have picked it up though. I don't know why I didn't bother picking it up. But I'm guessing that's how bad it was. If I managed to find a trade paperback for it at a Dollar Tree.
past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
Oh.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are,
Gotta
and it's
have it,
red
man.
because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's
Oh.
literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch
Yay.
of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving.
They didn't mention that last time.
Independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of...
Okay, let's see the arsenal they have. Agony Axe, Chains of Hell, Godfruit. Okay, that one's new. His guns. He's got a lot of them. He's got an AK-830 rocket launcher, a Brimstone cannon, a burst missile launcher, a Madcap submachine gun, a Necroplasma gun, a sawed-off shotgun, and then you got a K7 Letha, and the Sword of the Spirit. That one's also new to me.
chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But
Nope.
Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's
Oh.
greatest weakness is his own how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this
Really?
angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever
That I did not know.
destroyed until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There
How
we
can he
go,
do
good
that?
as new. That has to be the first time we've seen.
But that's a better question. How
There
can
we
he
are,
do that?
Good as new. That has to be the first time we've seen someone
Oh,
accidentally.
let's see. Instead of the spear erasing Spawn, Spawn instinctively reflected the power back at the spear itself, erasing it and its wielder from reality. How does that even work? I'm not gonna question it. It's comics. It's comics.
Kill themselves and survive.
On his
Yeah.
quest as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic
Yep, I remember that
clown,
from the 90s.
and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even
Really?
encountered
They raid Jason win an anti-spawn? Dicks.
other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army
Hence
Spawn
the
would
reason
have to
he
lead
was-
in a war
he was
with
a
Heaven
Spawn.
that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life
Oh.
and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to Hell and ripped Malvosia's head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn
Wow.
became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
As
Nice.
King, Spawn is literally a part of
Hell
Hell
King Spawn.
itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold.
And then,
with
of course, there's
every
Divine
heartbeat.
Spawn.
He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so
course.
strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between Heaven and Hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this God and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't
that was
cool
their
with
name?
her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the Tree of Life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally
Yep.
freed of the weight of heaven and hell,
And gave it
Al
up
asked to be
afterwards.
reborn.
Yeah. So let me see. Defeats they mentioned recreated the entire world, of course, like they mentioned, closed all the dead zones created by God, tore a hole in the space-time continuum, survived and rewrote his own existence, stayed to be the strongest Hellspawn, matched God and Satan in divine form, and defeated Malbogia, Satan, Mammon, Erasin, Anti-Spawn, and Violator. Hey, the clown that kept messing around with him in New York. Oh, so yeah, that's good. Huh. Okay. Yeah, this is why I think Spawn probably is capable of winning this one. It seems like very reasonable with defeats they mentioned. But unless they pull something out their ass, then I don't know.
As a human, but he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a
Yep,
creature
which
of the
sucks.
90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
That's why we don't fuck with Spawn.
This battle is sponsored by DraftKings
DraftKings and
Casino.
their sponsors. So before we move on, yeah, that's why I say after all these feats, it makes sense for Spawn to win. Excuse me, but unless Death Battle pulls something out their ass, that thinking Ghost Rider could win, maybe. There's a chance he could, but I don't think so. Unless the Panic Stare somehow works on Spawn, but I doubt it. But we'll see. But so far, I say it might go to Spawn.
If the slots are...
So, I touched it. Okay. Let's go here.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
Here we
It's
go,
time
boys.
for one hell of a death battle!
All the puns intended. Knowing Boomstick. Alright. There's
Like
Spawn.
these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
It's a spirit of vengeance, Al.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Here we go. Bring out the guns. That won't do shit to him. James.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Oh yeah, he's got a shotgun too. What's this supposed to time? I like the music they're using too for this one.
Sloppy, you fight like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Oh shit! Okay, that tells me already. The damnation stare. Spawn might be winning this one, honestly. Ooh, let's get that. Oh shit! Here's infinity! And he's coming back! Oh no, he's dragging Ghost Rider to hell. Never mind. There's a demon truck turning into a Ghost Rider truck. Oh, yep, time stop. I'm gonna go back to that one. Let's just look at this. Zawaldo! That's what it feels like to me here.
Be damned.
And there's Zarathos. That's Scorpion's line, Zarathos! Ooh. That health. He'll survive it. Oh shit, Divine Spawn already? Oh, I love that scene though.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Oh, I love those lines. I think he can grow higher, but ooh. Spawns has the advantage right now, I think. Oh. Bring out the chains again. Ooh. What? He tore off the wing?
Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
That ain't gonna work. I knew it.
Eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own
I knew it.
medicine.
I knew it. He put a reverse Uno on it. There we go. That's that.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
I called it. I called it.
Damn!
Literally. This was
To me, it was pretty obvious though. There's no looking at all defeats. It was kind of obvious Spawn had this one though. But I do find it amazing that he did pull an Uno reverse card on Ghost Rider for that. That was a brilliant way of ending that one. So this result, I agree with.
a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos
Not by much,
was
though.
different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more
I disagree
recent
with that
comics,
part.
implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider
What?
may take power, but remember,
So he had more
Johnny
power?
actively
That's what I find to be odd, though. I would think Spawn would have more power with everything he's done. So that one, that's why I always find the analysis and results odd, because we can go more into that and after to break down.
Resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge.
Yeah,
in
he had more skill.
He spent decades
man
in
was an
military
assassin.
combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for
Makes
a
sense.
stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison.
Yes.
Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly.
No.
The last piece of the puzzle is their resistance.
Resistance, yeah.
Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he resisted a very
And let's not forget, people have survived the penance stare before, so makes sense to me.
similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo
Yep.
his own inexistence?
Yeah, his
There
own
was
erasure.
nothing Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that
Nope.
time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could
Yeah.
replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike
No.
how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent
yeah,
comics.
like a lot.
The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
It
Hence why he did the Uno reverse card, which was brilliant though.
Just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance
Oh,
stare he's
yeah.
ever done. A
Yes,
penance
that's
square.
terrible.
The Damnation Stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn. Send
Really?
him to hell where he gets a literal
Oh,
infinite
right,
power
right,
boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge.
Okay, that all
Zarathos
makes
was
sense
almost
to me.
unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality,
yeah, I'll
but
say.
Spawn could counter
Almost.
everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least
Yes,
Johnny
it
went out in a
was.
blaze of glory.
No puns
The
intended.
winner is Spawn.
Congrats, Spawn!
time
I
on
called it!
Death Battle.
Alright, who's next time? What's that? Shigaraki? Oh, okay. Shigaraki
Subscribe
versus
and join
Mahito. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. I do love both My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen. So this one... I was bound to see this one. But come on, man. When are we getting Ash Ketchum versus Yugi? Come on, I've been waiting for that one. I'm just saying. But this one I can get by. This one is gonna be interesting. But we will see. We will see. But still, man, come on. I want Yugi versus Ash. We've been waiting for that one. And I'm not the only one who's been waiting for that one. Just saying. But this one will do. For now. So, can't wait. Alright, so, yeah. That one was fun. That one was a bit of fun. I kind of predicted it from a mile. It felt pretty obvious to me. It's just a matter of how they went about the analysis, or if they left any info that they didn't mention. So, made sense to me at least. So, at least they mentioned what I thought they were going to mention. But they didn't leave anything out from what I thought before. But, yeah, when you mentioned, like, you know, he undid his own erasure from existence, like, okay, that feels pretty obvious on who's going to win. Just saying. And the fact that he didn't Uno reverse card on the penance gem, it's like, oh, now we have our winner. But anyways, fun little battle. I agree with the result. Definitely good. Let me see throughout these comments real quick here. Let me see. Ghost Rider, the investment of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness, Spawn. God forbid. The most Spawn thing ever said. Very true. Very true. Spawn, since makes me stronger. Ghost Rider, experience of all the sin in your life. Spawn, thank you. I'll be damned. Yes, you will. That is one of the coldest responses I've ever heard. Indeed. Some of these lines at Death Battle, they managed to deliver pretty well. I will admit. Had I regret having a really broken overpowered ability? Step 1. try using it on Spawn. 2, watch as he uses it against you. And step 3, that's it. Very true. Badass design versus badass design, yeah. Oh, let's look at this one. Unrelated to the fight, but I love how Ghost Rider dresses like a gangster biker, but he speaks all biblically and with more elegant words. Whereas Spawn is the exact opposite. He's just like some ethereal entity with a dramatic cape. Yet he talks like an uncaring badass who seems 100% done with everything. Yeah. Yep. Versus debaters. I want my guy to win. Heavy metal fans, we win no matter who loses. Very true. The music did kick ass in this fight. It did. Yeah. That's just some of the comments looking through here. You eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine. Okay, that was one heck of a comeback, and I love it. It was! That was a great way of reversing it on him. Oh, I gotta mention this one here. Boomstick, that you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh? Spider-Man fans, yes! That's how it feels! Oh, yeah. You have no idea. But, oh, look at the Todd McFarlane hates DC and Marvel so much that he continually makes Spawn more OP than he should be. Oh, I didn't know about that. But it makes sense to me. Anyways, that's all the comments I'm going to look at for now. But yeah, definitely agree. I like the results. Cool fight. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Really liked it. Thought it could have been longer, but this is just me. But let me know what you all think in the comments section down below. If there's any information I missed, or feel free to inform me on about these two, please let me know. But anyways, for those who are watching, thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more, because I will be doing more. So if you do, you're awesome. That makes life happy. So again, thank you again for watching, and until next time, I'm out.